In the town of Hollow Ridge, at the end of a cracked, twisting road, stood a house everyone avoided, a crumbling Victorian mansion swallowed by ivy and darkness. Rumours whispered of strange noises, of figures seen in windows, and of those who entered but never returned. It had been abandoned for 30 years. Until Evelyn Hart decided to investigate. Evelyn needed a headline story. She wanted to make her name, not with politics or fashion, but with truths no one dared uncover. When she heard about the Hollow Ridge house, it sounded perfect. Daniel, always skeptical, tried to dissuade her. It's probably just squatters or animals. Or you're gonna get yourself killed chasing a ghost story. But Evelyn smiled, fearless. If there are ghosts, I'll find them. They decided on a plan. Evelyn would explore the house, while Daniel monitored her through a live camera feed. Just for safety. The night was heavy with mist when Evelyn arrived. The front gate squealed on rusted hinges. The house loomed over her, its windows dark sockets, its porch sinking like a mouth ready to swallow her whole. Inside, it smelled of rot and dampness. Her flashlight beam quivered across peeling wallpaper and collapsed furniture. Whispers echoed down the hallways, too faint to understand. Evelyn thought it was the wind. Until the whispers answered her steps. Daniel's voice crackled in her earpiece. Eve. You're not alone in there. She froze. What do you mean? I just saw something. Behind you. Slowly, she turned. Nothing. Just a staircase spiraling upward into gloom. Evelyn ventured upstairs. The hallway was lined with cracked picture frames, smiling families whose faces had been scratched out. At the end of the hall, behind a tattered curtain, she found a door she almost missed. Small. Locked. But when she touched it, it swung open on its own. Inside was a child's bedroom. Untouched by time, toys scattered, a tiny bed neatly made, and a mirror standing in the corner. She approached it. Written in dust across the mirror's surface were the words, "Help me." And when Evelyn looked into the mirror, she saw herself standing there. But smiling cruelly, even though her own face was frozen in terror. The reflection reached out, and the surface of the mirror rippled like water. Evelyn stumbled back, heart pounding. Something was in the house with her. She fled downstairs and nearly collided with a woman in a black dress, Mrs. Agnes Whitmore, the neighbor. You shouldn't be here, the old woman rasped. They don't like visitors. Evelyn, breathless, demanded, who are they? Mrs. Whitmore's eyes clouded with memories. The Hollow Ridge family. Killed. All of them. By the girl. The girl? The old woman nodded. The youngest daughter. Evelyn Hollow Ridge. Killed her parents, her brothers. Then herself. But her spirit remains. Evelyn froze. She shared the same first name as the killer. Coincidence? Evelyn fled back to her car. She and Daniel pored over old town records. And found something chilling. The original Evelyn Hollow Ridge looked exactly like her. Same face. Same birthmark under the eye. Same icy smile in old photos. Daniel their-eyed, half-joking, and maybe you're her reincarnation. But Evelyn wasn't laughing. Especially not when she checked the footage from her camera, and saw moments she couldn't remember, standing still in the dark, whispering in voices not her own. Something inside the house had recognized her. In the nights that followed, Evelyn changed. Daniel noticed first a coldness in her, a distant look in her eyes. Then she disappeared. Detective Marcus Reed, retired but still sharp, took on the case when no one else cared. He followed the trail back to Hollow Ridge Lane, back to the cursed house. Inside, he found signs of recent activity: candles burned low, chalk symbols on the floors, and mirrors covered with black cloth. Then he found Evelyn, or what was left of her, standing in front of the mirror, smiling the Hollow Ridge smile. "You came," she whispered. The mirror behind her rippled again, and Reed saw his own reflection turn and grin at him. The Hollow Ridge house still stands, silent and watching. Sometimes, on misty nights, people claim to see a girl standing at the window, beckoning them closer. The town learned to ignore the house again. But it never forgot. Because Hollow Ridge Lane doesn't just trap the dead. It remakes the living. And it's always looking for someone new.